Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin on ICP. 6 days a week I do tip, tool, or coin analysis in the morning and the evenings, HBAR and ICP. This is an update on ICP because I think this is very interesting for a couple reasons. I always have to say my disclaimer is don't do what I do, big dumb animal. Now, I own an internet computer and Hedera as well. There are two layer ones that are moving fast, and every day there's something new coming out. Two facets to this. One, if you've watched some of my videos or seen my playlist on debanking, where I'm using collateral, crypto as collateral, primarily Ethereum, but for various reasons, to debank myself. And then if I need to, I can obtain, of course, loans in stable coins, and those videos that go into more detail. But being able to use something like, of course, Bitcoin as collateral, assuming it has a decent LTV, loan to value ratio, that would be wonderful, because those are two things that crypto-wise I'll be holding for the long term, as opposed to some others that I might be in and out of as the market moves. So my point is, this is getting more and more interesting with these various ways of interacting with Bitcoin, allowing them to be used on like the Base network or the Ethereum network, as well as this on ICP, and the way in which you can move it around, because it'll be available on their apps and things built on ICP, and I'm sure they're going to cross-chain it, and that will just make it more likely to be able to be used as collateral. If we're comparing, and originally I compared the base cbBTC with wrapped Bitcoin, and there's various reasons, but you can go back and watch that episode. I prefer the cbBTC because it is Coinbase, which is a US regulated company. However, it is centralized, and it's centralized because someone has to be the custodian, and in that case, it would be Base. So that's custody. Now, ckBTC on ICP, when it comes to custody, it's not centralized. So the Base is centralized, the wrapped Bitcoin is centralized, but ckBTC is maintained through a decentralized model, leveraging the cryptographic capabilities of ICP, which allows smart contracts, call it like, canisters, to interact with real Bitcoin. Now let's talk about how it's actually, let's say, created. So for example, comparing it to the cbBTC on Base, that's a representation of Bitcoin on the Base network. It's pegged 1-to-1 with Bitcoin, uses Coinbase's infrastructure to custody the Bitcoin. Then it creates a wrapped version that can be used on Base for DeFi applications, Ethereum, of course, and other blockchain activities. Now, when it comes to ckBTC on ICP, it's a representation of Bitcoin on the internet computer, just like the Base one is representation on the Base network. Fine. But it operates through a novel method called chain key cryptography, which allows ICP to directly integrate with Bitcoin. It means that the internet computer can handle actual Bitcoin transactions without needing a centralized custodian. So that is a huge difference. So let's talk about it really in simple terms, is that there's no need for a middleman like an exchange to manage it. So there's no need for a centralized Coinbase to actually manage it. It's created and maintained through a decentralized model. It leverages the cryptographic capabilities of ICP. It allows smart contracts, these canisters basically, to interact with real Bitcoin. Not only that, but of course it's going to be available on lending platforms. You'll be able to use it as collateral, just like you can cbBTC, but it's decentralized. I think this is going to be very interesting for a lot of people. If you take a look at this page, and I'll put a link to it, there's two things. On the one hand, it's talking to developers. Look how easy it is to use. There's fixed transaction fees. You can move BTC back and forth. You can use the full amount, the full balance. But here at the bottom, I think this is interesting to let people know if they're trying to pick a blockchain to build on. They explain why it's not a bridge token because of the cryptography integrated with ICP. They talk about how it's not a wrapped token, which is very important because it's not centralized, having someone like a Coinbase hold on to it. It's decentralized. No one has that ultimate control of it because you're interacting directly with it. They talk about security, of course, and here's a great differentiating point when they talk about how it differs from Lightning. Unlike Lightning, ckBTC does not require peer-to-peer payment channels to be established and funded. Your full balance can always be transferred, no network liquidity limitations. That alone, I think, is going to make this a great reason for those that want to interact with Bitcoin through their apps in DeFi space as well. However they want to use it, it just makes ICP that much more attractive because here you've got decentralized and you're interacting directly with it. So it's unlike something like Lightning. It just took out some of the pieces that people complain about. Got decentralized like a Coinbase. It's not. It's decentralized. They fixed that issue. Unlike Lightning, you're sending the full balance because you're interacting directly with it. I think this is fascinating, and it's going to bring a lot more companies to internet computer, to building on this particular blockchain because of the ability to so easily interact with Bitcoin now in a way that no one else is doing. That's it for today. Hope this was helpful. Let's hope we can all make generational wealth together with crypto, and please do like and leave any comments below. Thanks for watching.